Today's word of the day is critical infrastructure. Now, it's a term we've all been hearing a lot about lately, and I wanted to dive into what this means on today's show. But first, let's take a look back. The term first emerged back in the 1990s. Many agencies became aware of the word after the Oklahoma City bombing and the omnibus counterterrorism attack of 1995. In 1996, then President Bill Clinton signed an executive order 13010. This defined the term critical infrastructures for the first time in official federal policy. Now, the executive order stated certain national infrastructures are so vital that their incapacity or destruction would have a debilitating impact on the defense of our economic security. So now let's think about this. Most critical infrastructure is privately owned and operated, and thus government and private sectors must have formed all these private partnerships to prevent and reduce risks of disruption. Now let's look at what these include. It's telecommunications, electrical power systems, gas and oil storage and transportation, banking and finance, transportation. We're talking about water supply systems, emergency services, and continuity of all the government. Now, threats to these critical infrastructures fall basically into two categories: physical threats to tangible property, or threats of electric and or computer attack. Now, mind you, this is always established before the days of 9/11. Much has changed since then. Current President Donald Trump says the nation's infrastructure is of utmost importance to revitalizing and protecting our country. Now, with that in mind, today the Department of Homeland Security says there are actually 16 critical infrastructure sectors that are considered vital to the United States. Now, let's go through them. There's chemical, commercial facilities, communications, critical manufacturing. Now we have dams, we have defense, industrial base, we have emergency services, there's energy, financial services, food and agriculture, government facilities, healthcare and public health, information technology, nuclear reactors, materials and waste, transportation systems, water and wastewater systems. All of these services underpin America's backbone. They provide us with the power in our homes, water to drink, and transportation systems that actually move us. We rely on these systems to be secure and resilient in order to conduct business and live all of our daily lives. Specifically for the construction industry, President Trump is pushing regulatory reforms in an effort to spark growth and investment in infrastructure. The president has stated he seeks to reduce permitting time for infrastructure projects from 10 years to 2 years. And he is looking to spur private sector capital to rebuild cities and states. As part of the plan, the president has dedicated $200 billion in his budget for infrastructure, of which $1 trillion investment should be earmarked for the crumbling of roads, bridges, dams, and highways. Critical infrastructure. That is your word of the day. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching Construct Tech TV, where we are talking tech at the job site.